Hi there, welcome back. Still loads to come between now and 10:25. Mark Hayes finds out what really happens behind the scenes of London Fashion Week. There's another chance to win a grand in your hand. First though, our phone-in is on weight worries. Dr. Gio and Jody Bunting are back. Jody, who's very, very fit, lost 10 stone, takes fitness classes and doing extremely well. Lots of calls coming in. Let's go to Linda first of all from Essex. Hello, Linda.
Hello.
Hi there. Now, would you say that you are overweight?
Yes, I am.
Right, and what sort of effect is that having on you?
Well, it's not a state at all. I'm really quite fit. I ran a mile a day. I can do 20 minutes. Yep. Not 20 minutes. About 15, sort of 12 minutes now. And it's getting faster and faster.
Right.
Now, my problem is to the doctor is that I sort of suffer from... After when I finish training or I go on any diet, I feel that I really want sugar craving.
Right, right.
Now,
so when you get a little bit tired or something, or when you're feeling... Yeah, you want to have the chocolate rather than an apple, which is very understandable. Yeah. How do you beat that? Because that's very common.
Yeah, it is a tricky one. Hi, Linda. It's not actually, you're not physically addicted to the sugar. It's a psychological addiction. So you're used to the taste, you expect the taste, and you want that sugar taste. And probably the only thing I could suggest is trying to substitute the sugar in your diet with a sweetener. So you'll get that kind of sugary taste, but you're not actually piling on the calories. So you know, you can get recipes for sort of baking cakes. You might know about this kind of thing.
I wondered if what you did, because I mean, you lost 10 stone, which is a phenomenal amount of weight, and presumably by eating properly as well as the exercise that you do.
I think you've also got to have it in moderation as well. Obviously, you know, cutting it out altogether is like bad.
Makes you want it
more,
just
crave, don't you?
That's right.
So just having small little things, like a tip I got from my daughter, believe it or not, was to have a lolly. You know, just sit there in front of the TV for a few hours and just suck a lolly. You know, you get the sweetness and not. And
you can get sugar-free. You can get sugar-free lollies and all that, can't you? You can get one from the chemist. So that's a good idea. Bad for your teeth. That's a really good idea, though. Linda, thank you. Liz is on the line from Port Talbot. Hello, Liz.
Hello.
Hi there. Now, you've got a bit of a problem. You've got a hiatus hernia, I believe.
That's right, yeah.
And when you put weight on, obviously that gets worse?
Yeah, it does. Right. That's what I find. I found when I lost weight about 18 months, 2 years ago, I lost about 3.5 stone. My symptoms were, you know, I didn't get hardly anything, you know, trouble, although I am on medication every day for the rest of my life. But since I've put about 2 stone plus back on, I'm having symptoms start again.
Right. Now, is that sort of a direct effect of the fact that Liz has put weight on?
Yeah, I mean, a hiatus hernia is a sort of an outpouching of the gullet through the diaphragm, and it moves around in places that it shouldn't, and it's actually quite uncomfortable, and you get symptoms of indigestion and that kind of thing, and it is associated with being overweight. So it's no surprise that the fact that you've put weight back on means you're getting those symptoms back again of the hernia. So that is related to that, yeah. So
really, I mean, what kind of things are you doing, Liz, to try and keep the weight down?
Well, actually, I'll be honest with you, I haven't stuck to what I was doing before with slimming clubs and what have you, but I'm about to start back again to try and get this weight back off, plus extra weight, you know.
Right, good for you. But as we said, I mean, it's all about moderation, isn't it? And you shouldn't go at it hammer and tongs.
That's right.
You know, just...
What I'd say to Liz is to find something you can snack on. Like, the thing I find is cereals. You know, in the evenings, that time, you know, when you want to snack, just find something you enjoy that you can snack on. Cereals is a great one for me, but like yogurts and something low-calorie but filling that you enjoy.
I sometimes do, especially when I was trying to be fit, was a bag of carrots, you know, cut up.
Yeah.
And you can try and pretend that they're sweeties if you've got a really good imagination.
Maybe like with a salsa dip or something. I'd love to spice it up with like a fresh one, low calorie and everything.
In carrots is very, very dull, but that's absolutely right, with a wee dip or sort of that popcorn that's not got sugar on it's quite good.
That's right.
Apparently that's how Miss Madonna lost her weight after her baby.
Popcorn diet.
Yeah, popcorn diet. Yeah, and it works as long as it's not got sugar on it. That's the thing that's not so good. OK, Lesley, thank you very much indeed. Next up, we have got Lesley. Hello, Lesley from Kent. How are you?
Hi, Lorraine. I'm fine, thank you.
And you've got an underactive thyroid.
That's right, yes.
Right.
I've apparently had it since sort of early childhood.
Right.
And I was sort of put on diets and forced to do exercise and things, and now I really, really hate it. I despise exercise with a passion.
You don't like exercising?
Not at all.
No, nobody does, though. Nobody really does.
I hate it.
I know. What about just going for a wee walk?
Yes, I do that because I don't drive.
Going for a wee walk and listening to music or listening to the radio, maybe, I don't know.
I mean, in terms of what you should be aiming for in terms of exercise is the government recommends a minimum of 30 minutes of moderate exercise 5 times a week. Now, it sounds a lot, but actually moderate exercise includes a brisk walk. So going out for a half-hour walk, perhaps before you go to bed at night or something like that, for a, you know, is actually sort of, it's reasonably achievable sort of a goal. So you're not talking about going to the gym and doing lots of weights. You're talking about like a brisk walk for half an hour.
Sure.
You know,
or going to a class. I mean, you do the classes.
It's just finding something you enjoy as well. So Lesley, you know, go out there, maybe try a gym again, because things do change.
Yeah.
You know, like my classes are really fun and we have a good chat as well. So I really get people motivated that way. And aerobics classes aren't just as they used to be. You know, you have an instructor saying, "I'll do the da. You know, and they've really come on. So I think you should just give it a go again, because you never know, you might enjoy it.
It depends on the person, doesn't it? The tutor as well. You've got to enjoy. You know, if they really put their heart and soul into it, it's very good.
There was one other thing about the thyroid as well, and it sounds like you've got an underactive thyroid. Is that right?
Yes, that's right.
Yeah, I mean that can cause weight gain if it's not treated. But I mean, are you taking thyroid replacement?
Yes, I've actually been on it now for about 14 years.
Okay, so I mean, if your thyroid levels are normal now on the replacement, it shouldn't be a cause of weight gain. Although that is true, there can be a cause of weight gain.
It can be, but also you can't use that as the sort of.
It's not. I mean, if it's treated, then it shouldn't be a problem.
Exactly. Yeah. It's very difficult. It's really difficult. I know, because I have a constant battle with my weight, and it is really
we all do, don't we?
hard. It really is. It's very, very difficult. We've got Pauline from Cheshire on the line. Hello, Pauline.
Hi, Lorraine.
You're actually worried about your son.
I am, yes.
Why is that?
Well, he's 14, coming up 14 in a couple of weeks, and he's 6 foot tall, and he weighs 14 stone.
Right.
And I've had such conflicting advice from his doctor and dietitian about putting him on a diet.
Right, and you're just worried about the fact that he's very tall.
He is, yes.
He's 6 feet tall, so maybe 14 stone, is that too heavy? Do we?
Well, what we want to do is calculate this thing called the BMI, and you can calculate that by, it's the, not to get too technical, but it's the weight in kilograms divided by his height in metres squared. And I would guess, I haven't actually worked it out for him, but I'm guessing that his BMI is actually more than overweight. He's probably obese, actually, in the obese category. In class 1 obesity, so it's not very severe.
Sure.
And you're quite right, he probably should be losing weight. And the battle we're up against is a whole lifestyle. We've been talking about this already. It's not just one single thing. It's the whole way we're living our lives. We're driving around in cars, we're watching video games, we're not playing out in the street with hoops like we used to. And, you know, all this contributes. I mean, you're fighting a real battle against the whole way that we live our life at the moment. So it is a long-term battle, as you say.
And it is very difficult. Nobody's going to say it's easy. I mean, I know you lost that 10 stone. You did really, really well. But even before that, you were exercising. That's
right. Yeah, it's just about getting.
It is hard. You know, nobody said it was easy, and it's not easy because you are surrounded by gorgeous food, and I love grub. I mean, that's my real downfall. You know, I just love food. You know, that's the thing.
And especially when you're a child as well, and you're putting on weight when you're a child. It's
very hard.
Bad way to go forward.
No, that's for sure. There was one bit of advice you could give to anybody that's watching right now that's seen you've lost all that weight. What would you say to them if they're miserable?
Exercise is the key to losing weight. It really is. So get out there and try it, even if it is, as we say, just for a brisk walk.
Yeah. 30 minutes, 5 times a week, a brisk walk.
I know, and I always say I haven't got time, and then my husband says, but you have got time to watch Coronation Street 4 times a week, so you have got time. I know, it's true. Thank you both very much indeed. Great to see you. I'll come back and see. Maybe we could do a workout.
That's it, yeah. I'll get you going, Lorraine.
That'd be really good. Right, still to come, find out what happened when Mark Hayes went behind the scenes of Tristan Webber's show at